My name is AJ Brown and I'm a senior here at UNCG and my major is BFA in acting.
Hi, my name is Alex Gillette, a senior, BFA acting.
My name is Cameron Robinson. I'm a junior BFA acting major.
Hey, I'm Matthew Lopez. I am a fourth-year student at UNCG, a double major in drama and anthropology.
My name is Randall Simmons and I'm a senior BA in drama.
Hi, my name is Melat and I majored in BFA Theatre.
Yes.
No.
No, this was not my first time abroad. I had been traveling a lot since I was 5, but this was my very first time in the United Kingdom.
No, it was my second. First time was a mission trip to Costa Rica.
No, actually, I went the previous year with Denise and Preston just to the UK, specifically to London and Wales.
No, this was not my first time studying abroad. However, this was my first time studying abroad without my family. Every time I've ever gone has been on family vacations.
Well, I didn't do a whole lot of preparing, which I guess I should have.
I made a very detailed list.
I packed the day before, so I didn't really get a whole lot done there.
We all actually prepared as a group for this trip. We had a week where we were all in Greensboro together with Preston and Denise and a few other guest artists who came in to do workshops with us. We did mindfulness preparation, we did a lot of meditation, and then we also had group artists come in, Josh Foley, Janet Allard, and they came in and did workshops with us.
The workshop was extremely helpful. We got to spend a lot of time working on different parts of our craft. So we did playwriting, we did acting, we looked at directing, and it was really interesting to get that whole kind of grasp on the craft and the universal craft rather than just the acting or just the directing or just the playwriting. And then once we got to London, we got to merge that all together in the workshops we took in Wales.
Oh man,
Very, very fun because we all wanted to do similar things. I've gone on trips before with friends where they want to go to sporting events or things that I'm not really interested in doing, and you kind of have to split your time between what you want to do and what other people want to do. But in this case, we all kind of were interested in similar things.
You get to know each other really well, kind of just as people and not just in a working setting.
It was awesome, honestly. I mean, some of my classmates that went with me, they made me notice different things about art that I hadn't. As an actor, I went with some threads, I went with other actors, and I also went with directors. So the way they saw the shows that we saw were in different lenses than I saw, but we would always talk back to each other, and it was wild, the kind of things that they would pick up that I did not pick up.
It's always great to be around other creative individuals and motivated artists when you're traveling abroad. It makes the experience more rich.
Okay, traveling with Denise.
Oh, it was great. They were awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
I mean, they're super wise. They know so much about theater and sensory awareness and just art in general.
They really had a goal for what they wanted us to take in.
Because Preston is very organized, he had a plan for everything. The day is well planned for him, and Denise is much more sporadic, and if she sees something that interests her, her whole day can change. And it was interesting to have those two personalities leading us because we always had a plan, however we also had the freedom to be interested in other things.
Denise in particular would like to do things like keeping quiet on the walks or walking mindfully. It was really interesting to see how we could add in our meditation and mindfulness work while just traveling around the city or on the planes and stuff like that.
She kept us more with mindfulness and thinking more with our central core and experiencing life with all of our senses than just walking around with our cellular device. And Preston was more the intellectual part of it. We would try to open our minds up by, of course, seeing off our phones, but seeing what was happening around us, giving us constant history tips and facts of where we were. And it was as if We're using all parts of our bodies at all times, everywhere we went. Yeah, so it was fantastic to go with both of them at the same time.
Denise is one of the greatest teachers I've ever known. So being able to travel with her abroad and outside of the school surroundings and actually see and learn from her daily was an incredible opportunity. As well as Preston Lane, who is an artistic director at Tri-Stage and someone everyone has been wanting to know and spend some time with, because he always has little nuggets of wisdom to drop.
I remember the first step off the train when we got to London, and just kind of seeing the city, and then I got off the train and you could smell the difference in the air. It was a different place, and I wish I could bottle up that smell, go back to it, but yeah, just that first initial, you step out and it's you're there.
I loved the training we had in Wales from different theater artists and being able to connect on the land there.
Just seeing all the shows. All the shows we saw were amazing, and even if they weren't necessarily good or bad or whatever you want to say about them, they were interesting, and I learned a lot from every show that I saw.
Seeing the 2018 rep company with the Everman Theater, so cool to see. Just to see shows at Everman Theater, the stage itself transform from black box to proscenium to thrust. It was so cool. That's one of my favorite parts. Yeah.
Being with the same people for a month?
Honestly, with our generation, staying off the grid. That may sound so weird, but really trying to get away from our black mirrors, our black screens, and really paying attention.
Staying focused on your own growth and not getting pulled into other people's paths to where they need to be.
It's a tight schedule, so it's this kind of just always on mentality, and you always got to be moving. You've always got somewhere to be, waking up early, staying up late. So I would say just this kind of marathon that is traveling. It was really awesome just getting a piece of history of theater, and it's okay, that's this thing that I care about. That's where a little bit of it started.
Just art in general, their museums being free, historical monuments and stuff, people, not just tourists, hang out by them. Comparing the English with us, culturally, I think they just, they interact with the art around them and value it more than we do.
In the UK, they value their traditional heritage of acting and theater. You see a lot of people going to theater and just seeing Shakespeare, and it's not a chore. One of the first Shakespeare shows we saw was Romeo and Juliet, but it was by the RSC, and it was funded so that other students, high school students, would get a chance to be on RSC stage. And so it was great to be able to see young students of all different ethnicities on that stage and having an audience, and that being part of the community, that being something that is seen as important to do.
It made us more open. It truly did. It made us see everywhere we went, appreciate everywhere we went, from the smells to the touching to what we saw.
We got to, spend time together walking from place to place completely silent, and just observing and noticing things around us. And it really kind of opened my eyes to what I do when I walk around. I spend a lot of time on my phone, and so taking that out of context and just looking around, seeing the buildings, seeing the architecture, seeing just the culture around us and the differences in that was really great and really helpful for me.
Mindfulness was one of the tools that we used to stay as aware and as present every day in what we were doing. We worked a lot with diaphragms, the 5 diaphragms, and every day we would all kind of come together and just do a quick check-in with everyone. How are your diaphragms? How are you feeling? How is the work that we're doing impacting your breath, your diaphragms, whatever? And so we that was very, very present throughout the trip, was our mindfulness work, and we spent quite a bit of time talking about it and doing it. And I think that overall it just allowed us to really be there for the trip and to meet whatever the trip was going to bring to us.
To be less self-indulgent, and less selfish with my work. That it isn't just I did homework, I did the work, so I get X, Y, Z. It's I did the homework for a bigger purpose, for the show and the story to be told.
This idea of endurance, Denise gave us a mantra: endurance forever, amen. Because you'd be tired traveling around, and you wouldn't always be happy, but just sticking with it, and even in mindfulness, sticking with it, and just staying and just sitting and enduring the now. Endurance forever, amen, is just something, it reminds me of London, it reminds me of the UK, and Denise and the trip that we went on, and the memories that we have, and the lessons that I've learned. I liked it so much, I put it on my body. I got a tattoo of it on my leg.
Kind of getting serious about myself and my work, and not just floating around as another college student. I mean, this is supposed to be the exploration time in our lives, but it should have a degree of seriousness to it as well.
Anytime you go anywhere where you've never been before, or step outside of your comfort zone, you're going to change quite a bit. A lot of the trip taught me that I can go into the world as a person on my own and actually do it. I think that's a lot of what this was for me. We went to museums, we experienced people from all different places. And so I think this trip changed me in that it gave me confidence in leaving home. It gave me confidence in actually entering the world as an artist, because I spent a month just seeing theater and honing my craft, and I never got tired of it. And so I think that it just gave me an assuredness that this is really what I want, and this is really what I need to be doing, and that I can go places where I've never been before and be okay.
We really get to understand that the world is a bigger place than just Greensboro, North Carolina, or the United States, and that what we do has implications in the whole world. And I think that really implies everything in my life, my politics, my beliefs, my values, just understanding that everything that I do can have a butterfly effect into a global level is just really important, and really, I think, an important thing for people to understand.
Every time you step outside of your bubble, you end up experiencing a beautiful change that changes the way your perspective in life is, and your goals, and what things are important. And that trip for me specifically just made UNCG look this small. And all of the stresses and drama and worries, everything just... So once that happens, when you come back, you're just more clear. You know what you want, you know where to get it, and you know how to do it, and the only thing left was doing it. So I did it. And I mean in the terms of, graduating, getting my degree, and going after what I want. So when you know it, you do it. I am an actor in Los Angeles. Very, very happy.
Oh my God, yes.
Definitely. I would definitely suggest studying abroad to every student who can do it.
I beg everyone, if they have the time, the resources, the money.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of the best things that you can do for yourself.
Absolutely, 100%. If you have the opportunity, which at this school there's a lot of opportunity, 100%, do it. Do it, do it, do it. I know it's expensive, I know it's scary, but you will not regret it. Like, it's an experience that I think everyone should have.
So I think it's incredibly important to do it now, to study now while you're in college, while you're in this, you're in this environment that cultivates learning and curiosity and an artistic expression, do it now. You got it.
It's part of your mental health. It's part of your social human responsibility. It's a beautiful thing. And as a student, you get to have lessons that will stay with you for the lifetime.